one lady goes, but what if I called your mother a? I said, what you say? He said, what if I called your mother? And he names my mother.
Uh-oh.
He names my
Hey, I
mother.
bet you got in the role. I bet you got in the character then.
Listen, I laid that motherfucker out. I said, I don't give a about splitting in the grass, Reds, what is Bonnie and Clyde. But I said, if you ever say my mother's name and in a sentence ever again, I'm gonna jump across this camera and whoop your ass. And he goes, I need you to do that right now. Action. And that's when I did it. That's when I did it. And we became friends. And we became friends that day.
You did radio with Steve Harvey. What was that
Yes.
experience like?
Well, really how I started was Tom Joyner.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was Tom Joyner that gave me one of my first consistent radio jobs. And then I want to do radio. Like if we really do a podcast together, I want to merge it with terrestrial radio. I do not believe you can do anything without radio because Black people do not believe that Jesus is coming back until they hear it on Black radio. Am I right? And it's still in your car and it's still in your homes. And I believe that we can do some good merging podcasting with radio to build that audience. So Tom Joyner gives me a job. Then Rashawn McDonald and Steve Harvey say, okay, why don't you come work over here with us? And I go where the money is. It's no dislike of anybody. No dislike. Matter of fact, would you be willing to bring your podcast on the fantastic voyage, the Tom Joyner Cruise? Would you want to? So we can benefit some HBCUs. I'm just asking you, would you consider?
Oh, you asking me for real?
Yeah, I'm asking you for real.
Yeah.
Would you consider it?
Sure.
Would you consider it? Because
how far are we going out on the cruise?
I think I know. I don't know. Let me find the information.
Can I be on Zoom while y'all on the cruise?
Why, you scared of water?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I can tell your ashy ass a bit in some water. He let me have that one. Did he let me have that one? You been somebody wanted your ashy. No.
Yeah, I'm scared of that water, Sheriff.
You scared of being on the boat?
Yeah.
Well, why don't you get on the first part in New Orleans and do it from there, and then you can go home.
Okay. Yeah,
okay. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll find the cities. Let's see if we can make it work. But I will tell you this. Tom Joyner being a radio man, and I wanted to do radio, but I don't see them. The only girl that I see doing it, I think Cafe Mocha is doing it. There's some other sisters that are doing radio, but I don't see them leading their own show in a way that you see the guys.
Right.
Dee Dee McGuire is the only one that I see doing it, and I'm so proud of her. But I want to do what Ricky and DL and all of them do. I want to lead a show. But on the other hand, Steve Harvey gave me those opportunities. All that footage from the Hoodie Awards. I was going to get Pastor Sapp. I thought I'd be a great first lady. You know, I give up drinking, cussing, at least in your presence, brother. You know, but I wanted to do those different things. But what you see is the opportunity that people really respect. And it was Steve Harvey when I thought somebody was playing on my phone and I did not believe that it was CBS calling me for an interview for the job.
You thought you was getting pranked by Kevin Hart, Steve, Jamie?
I called they asses every number I had and stopped playing on my phone. Steve was like, you might want to call him back. It might be CBS. And he was right. And he was right. So I never want us to be pitted against each other, but I do want us to help each other. We should be doing cooking shows. We should be doing sports panels. We should be doing everything because we're funny and we're smart and we can do it all.
Beauty Shop. It was Queen Latifah, Adele Givens, Laura Hayes, Sherry Shepherd.
Yes.
Because Laura Hayes, wasn't she on Comic View?
Yes.
That was
yes, Miss Laura.
Miss Laura. Okay.
Yes, and toe up Def Comedy.
Yeah. Kamora Lee Simmons, Omar Hedrick, Lisa Ray, Octavia Spencer, Birdman.
Yes.
How was that experience?
It was a great experience to watch great producing. You know, to watch Latifah pull that together with her team and to watch us as an ensemble. Alicia Silverstone, the girl that was in Clueless.
Yes,
that girl was funny as I don't know what. It was a really good experience in one of my first movies between Beauty Shop, I Got the Hookup, Two Can Play That Game. Vivica Fox gave me a lot of jobs too. And I really loved being in Beauty Shop because they let me ad-lib, but I also could understand the parameters of the script. What I try to do, the one thing that I was taught was do what's written on the page first and then ask them, can I show you something? And then stay within the parameters of the script, because if you ad lib so far away, then the other actors can't say they line or do what they want to do. That's why I want to produce. I want to produce. I have gospel play scripts. I have people that I pay. I'll write the idea. They'll write the scripts, because I want to put people to work. We can do it like Tyler doing it. You know, Tyler got the studio. Come on, let's all work together and help each other. There's enough money out there for all of us. So that's what Beauty Shop really poured into me.
Why don't we work together more?
Because you want to say it in front
That's your camera.
You want to say it in front of the people? Because he won't. If he would just if he would just give me a taste, a little taste, I would come to work early. No, I'm just kidding. Why don't you and I work together?
No, why don't we work together?
Oh, nigga, I thought, sorry. I thought you meant why we, like me and you, don't work together. We can't work together because whatever in your life gonna be mad. Why is she here, Ike? That's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen. I think we have the money. We have the pull and the influence. Back when they were making what they call black exploitation film, Sweetback, come on, man. Baddest movie in the Mac was really about some brothers up in Oakland run a club called Sweet Jimmy's. We can do that again. Superfly, we can do that again and have a soundtrack. And it doesn't take a lot of money. One thing I would ask everybody to do, don't come in and try to make up the money that you haven't gotten. You're gonna price us out, right? We have to understand as a business, do the movie and take the percentage, right? Promote the movie. We can make a movie in 6 weeks, but if we come together, the writers, the producers, the hairstylists, everything, we can fry the chicken for the craft service, do what we need to do. And if we do that and our movies are making money, they will invest in us again. Because it's about commerce. And I think we can change that narrative. And I know you can, because you took a little show, Club Shay, and I'm calling it a little show because it wasn't as big as it was.
No.
And then here comes Cat Williams. I remember Cat when he was Cat in the Hat.
Yeah.
And let me tell you a little Cat Williams story while we talking. I remember Cat when he was Cat in the Hat, doing the jokes about the short dude in the car and all that stuff. We knew he was funny then. And I had got the host job for Comic View. And Cat Williams performed, I think it was me, Cat, and Michael Collier. And I think Mike Washington was on that show. We have the Comedy Connection. I think it was in Greenbelt, Maryland. If I'm not mistaken, I stand corrected. I watched Cat Williams do a set. I called Stephen Hill. I said, get here as fast as you can. I have watched something great.
Wow.
They said, what is it? Cat Williams is destroying a room and I cannot follow him. Now, I got courage. I did what I needed to do that night, but what I saw was something special. I said, and so Stephen gets there and he's looking at it, he's dying laughing. I said, I need that guy on my season of Comic View. And he was because he's going to be big and he's special and this is his shot. And everything propelled. He was already doing great stuff, but everything propelled. I just want us to, if we disagree in private.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And you can tell your version of the story. I'm telling my versions of the stories. But you notice that I'm editing myself because I'm not going to do it at the expense of someone's self-esteem. I'm not saying Cat did that. I'm just saying I knew Cat Williams was going to be special because I saw it in him and I was willing to step back. You got to know when you can't follow something. You got to know it. That's why I host now.
I got the hookup, and I got the hookup too. Master P, you mentioned John Witherspoon, Ice Cube,
love
Tommy
Master P. I love Master P. Great businessman. Very, very smart. Always gave me an opportunity. You know who else gave me an opportunity?
Who did?
Uncle Luke.
Really?
Yes, when I was first doing really, really raw material, not like my stuff ain't raw now,
Right.
But this is where I was polishing.
Really uncut.
Yeah. And he said, Cheryl, I want you to, record some material for us and put it out there. And you notice something odd in all the stuff that's going on with the sexuality, and gaffling people and everything. Whose name is not in it? Uncle Luke.
He started it.
But he didn't
Do it.
he didn't cross that
Line.
line. He didn't cross that line. It may have been a party atmosphere,
Yes.
but he didn't do things. Power corrupts. And we have got to start protecting each other and don't do that shit. When you football player, did they still give you a handler, a person that kept you out of trouble when you first got in the league?
No, no. I mean, we used to have these videos where they say, well, obviously you can't gamble and be careful who you associate with. But I
Absolutely.
was very, very fortunate that I had an older brother that
Yes.
was in the league that could guide me.
Sterling.
Yes.
Yes.
That could guide me and let me know, okay, bro, this is how you need to do it. This is what you
Yes.
need to do.
Yes.
Everybody doesn't handle that. But at the end of the day, Cheryl, grown men is going to do what grown men do. Because it's kind of like you have a financial advisor. And he might say, Cheryl, you don't need to do this. What is it's Cheryl's money? Eyes.
Advice and counsel. But why do you have them if you don't take advice and counsel?
How many
I'm going
times
to
you
shout out my business manager, Larry Turner. I'd like to thank you. I thought he was black because he had his whole name on his card. It was Lawrence J. Turner. I said, these brothers is doing the thing. They attorneys, they financial planners. I walk in, a little Jewish dude.
Yeah.
I was like, well, what's up? Grow my. If you can show me that you know what you're talking about, I have a saying, don't wake up in the middle of surgery talking to the surgeon. Let people do what they're going to do. If you're going to take advice and counsel, take advice and counsel.
Exactly.
But sometimes you get so much money and power that you start to do things and people are afraid to tell you, don't do that shit. And don't record the shit. What is with the recording of the documentation of and I'm gonna tell you this, I grew up in Chicago. I was running these streets. We knew R. Kelly. And it's a lot of stuff that we know about people, but how do we save someone from themselves? And how do we teach with great fame comes great responsibility.
Yeah.
Right? And money and power. And if you treat it right, God will give you more. You don't have to do this wild stuff that you're doing, and you don't have to take it out on people. People say, well, money changes people. There it is, right there.
You are who you are.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I bucked up on a lot of dudes, and they be like, nah, sir, you a good girl. I'm like, I'm glad you think that. Right? I'm going to circle this bar one more time. And if you still here when I come back, it's on and popping, right? Let me buy you this drink. Let's go, right? But like you said, you have choice. It could destroy their life.
Yes.
That's why I have a sports initiative. Young boys, young as 3 years old, learning different sports, but also getting an education. But we need you men to come back into these boys' lives so they will understand you have somebody to talk to. You have big brothers out there. And don't put everything on social media. All you street soldiers out there holding all the money up, the IRS is watching and they waiting on you. And if you had a PPP loan and now you in jail, but ain't nobody else in jail, come on, man. We can do this better.
Right.
What else you want to ask me?
Movies. Is there a movie that you auditioned, a role that you auditioned for that you didn't get, that you like, damn? Or is there something that you turned down that you wish you hadn't?
No, because I rarely audition because I don't consider myself an actor.
Okay,
I
okay.
consider myself a personality who can be taught the mechanism of acting, how to hit your mark, stay in your light, memorize your lines, work on it. And I like doing certain things. I would love to do a sitcom, and I have a couple that I'm developing. I like doing movies. What I feel is I think Kim Whitley is one of the greatest actresses. Yvette Nicole Brown, greatest actress. Tisha Campbell, all these great actors. Regina King is not just a great actor,
Oh,
she's a great director
Yes.
and a producer. Issa Rae, I have ideas that I want to work with everybody, and all I want is a cameo. That's all I want. I want to produce. I want to be able to stand up at these award shows and give it up for the show that the winner is. And I walk my black up and go, she did it. She did it. She produced and she did it.
You turned down Players Club, didn't you?
Okay, let me tell you what happened. Because I was in sexual interpretive dance, they knew I had the skill. And so they called me and they said, we want you to consider this part. So I said, let me see the entire script, not just the sides. The sides are the pieces that you're going to be in.
You're right.
I said, I need to see the whole script. Now, I'm still not understanding. You ain't supposed to be making demands when they try to give you a job. What the fuck? That's why you ain't in no relationship, right? You over here making demands.
Right.
So I say to them, I need to read the whole script. So I read the whole script, and in the script, it's the words of the character they want me to play that say you're gonna do Junior's party or something like that.
Yeah.
Where Monica Calhoun, the girl that was in Best Man and the Best Man Holiday, she ends up passing away. She's Morris Chestnut's wife.
Right.
She plays it. Okay, this is where she gets raped and beat up. But it's my words to say, or the character they want me to play, so you're gonna do Junior's party. So I called them and I said, I cannot do it. And they were like, why not? And I told them why. I said, I've been raped. I said, I cannot do it. And they were like, well, it's just a part. I said, no, I'm not that good of an actor to step out of my own trauma. I said, because